Periscope could be so creepy sometimes. Okay, so for those of you that don't know me, I'm Nadia Khalil. I'm a fitness and wellness coach. I am a mother of two. I have 2 jobs, if you'd like to look at it that way. And I want to talk to my working mommies today about struggling and maintaining work-life balance. I did block them. Thank you, Toby. I know you noticed that. So I hope I have a couple of you in here today. And don't forget to share this message. My first tip for all my working mommies, if you want to maintain a healthy, happy life, just follow some of these steps. I can't guarantee you happiness right off the bat, because that is something that you have to consciously work on every single day. But you can implement some of this and maybe it will help you. I know it's helped me. So I'm only going to share with you the tools that have helped me. Okay? So the first one that I actually had a tough time with is delegating. I know that many of you probably do delegate. I know that sometimes we get into this mindset, especially with our significant others, where we feel like we're carrying the load, like we're doing everything. And we think we're delegating, but perhaps we're not as clear as we think we're being, especially with our significant others. So I think it's best to be as clear as possible when you're delegating. Allow others to help you, because instead of getting frustrated that you have to do everything, just remember that there's other people in your household, whether it's friends, family, especially your significant other. Be clear when you delegate. I know many of us, if you're anything like me, I get very frustrated with having to repeat myself. If I've asked you to do something, why do I have to ask you to do it every single day? Hi, Brazil. Why should I have to ask you to do that multiple times? Like, shouldn't you already know? Yes, that is logic to us. However, what is logic to us is not logic to everyone. And I've come to the crossroad where I'd rather repeat something every day and have the help and have my load lessen versus obsessing over having to repeat myself. I'd rather bite the bullet, repeat myself every day. Exactly. Somebody says, W Baby says, we forget as men sometimes. And that's something that I've struggled with. It didn't like register with me that men can forget things. And I'm not just saying just men, people in general. But I'd rather, like I said, repeat myself every day asking for help versus not getting the help and being totally frustrated. What do I gain from that? Absolutely nothing. So mommies, delegate. Delegate till you're blue in the face. Who cares? I'd rather repeat myself. And I'm sure that once you practice that, you'd rather repeat yourself as well. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Bear with me, guys. Sorry, Rocco. So delegate, delegate, delegate. Ask friends, family. Think of what is burdening you the most that you can delegate to someone else to lighten your load. And be clear when you delegate. Just say, at this time, every day. I know it sounds a little bit remedial, but it doesn't matter because you need the help. So just repeat yourself and delegate and be clear. Delegate to especially the people that you work with and friends and family. And if your kids are old enough, delegate some responsibilities to them, which you may have to repeat multiple times also, but it doesn't matter. Just delegate. So that's my tip number 1. Tip number 2. Now, these might not be your typical tips. Feel free to comment below with whatever your feedback is. My second tip is to talk to other moms. Talking to other moms has been a total game changer for me, especially in my personal life, let alone my professional life. I have come to a point where I share the deepest, darkest feelings with other moms, and the only thing I've come to find is that they feel the same exact way. There is a relief in that, believe it or not. So sharing even the mommy guilt, sharing feeling like, you're just walking around with the weight of the world on your shoulders, the guilt of I'm working so I can't be home, or the guilt of I'm home and I can't be working. As moms, we feel guilt about everything. Talk to other moms. Just share how you feel. Surround yourself with people who go exactly through not exactly, but go through similar situations as you do. This will definitely help alleviate some of what you feel. You'll feel a little less crazy, just a little bit, because we're all crazy. But definitely talk to other moms. Share what it is that you're having trouble with. Share what it is that you're feeling so dark and sad about. Feel your happiness and share your happiness with them. Just share emotions and share struggles with other moms, because it'll just be an alleviation for you to know that you are not the only one going through that kind of emotion, that kind of struggle, that kind of obstacle. So that was my tip number 2. Tip number 3 is to take pride in the way you look. Okay, this might sound a little vain. This tip may not be for everyone. This tip is for me, so I'm sharing what works for me with you. Okay? Sometimes having to play so many roles, you fall into a bit of a trance and a bit of a position mindset where you play this position at work, you play this position at home, you play this position in I don't know, extracurricular activities for the kids. Sometimes we lose sight of ourselves in fulfilling these positions. So take pride in the way that you look. I like to work out every day. When I don't work out, I'm just less energetic. I'm grumpier. So I don't work out just to look good. I work out because that is the time that I set aside for myself to invest in myself so I can take pride in the way I look, and that makes me healthier, that makes me happier. And I know that I matter. I know that I'm not just playing a role every single day for everyone else. I know that I'm investing time in just me, and that's my time for me. Okay, so definitely take that time for yourself. Hi, Audrey. Yes, I definitely agree. It's all about maintaining a level of autonomy. Agreed. So, whether it's putting on some makeup, I've noticed that my outer world tends to sometimes be a reflection of the way I feel inside. So if my house is a mess and it's upside down and I look like garbage and I just spent a whole week just binge eating and not working out, guess what? I feel that way internally. So whatever you're seeing on the outside is usually going on the inside. So I definitely would suggest to you to take pride in the way you look, and not take pride in the way you look, but take pride in investing in yourself, whether it's eating healthy, working out, doing a hobby, going on a date with yourself, which, not for nothing, I like dates with myself. I like dating myself. I really do. I'm a lot of fun. So, take that time for you. That was my tip number 3. Tip number 4 is a big one. Tip number 4, I have seen people totally self-destruct over, and that's social media sobbing. What does that mean? That means when you're jumping on social media and on Pinterest and you're looking at what every other woman on this planet is doing, and you are just feeling less than what you should be feeling because your life is nothing like this person's. Oh, I should have been doing this. I should be doing 100 arts and crafts with my children at home like they do on Pinterest. That makes me less of a mom. Or I should be making a ton of money like this person. I'm not as successful as they are. I'm failing, and we tend to fall into that, and it can just legit suck you dry. It literally will just, how can you tell a young lady to take pride into investing in themselves without hurting feelings? I will get back to that. I will not forget that question. So stop sitting on social media comparing your life to everybody else's, because honestly, when I have a fight with my husband, I don't post it on social media. When my kid is throwing a tantrum, well, actually, I have posted the tantrum on social media, but I'm not going to show you all the dark facets of my life. What I post on my social media is things that are inspiring, things that are motivating, and they're the kinds of posts that I want people to enjoy. So just remember that. I'm not posting the dark, deep moments in my personal life, and I know everybody else isn't either, unless, it's their thing. But for the most part, across the board, I don't think people are doing that. So just keep in mind that when you're social media sobbing over your life not being like someone else's, you have no idea what happens behind closed doors. At least I'm speaking personally for my life, okay? And this last one, again, my tips may not resonate with you. They resonate with me, so I'm just sharing what works for me. This last one is to pray. Yes, there is a higher power. I truly believe that all the times that I felt totally by myself, so alone, I found just so much comfort in knowing that I wasn't by myself, and that whatever resource I did not have at that moment to deal with whatever was on my plate, I allowed for God to deliver that resource to me and to help me. And He's always delivered. He's always, always delivered. And I know for a fact now I don't do anything by myself. Even when I feel like I'm by myself, I'm not, because He's right there with me and He's helping me out. And whatever I can't do, I pray on it. And guess what? Like I said, He delivers. I either find the resources internally or externally to be able to deal with whatever comes my way. And that is super powerful. There is so much greatness in knowing that you're not by yourself. Yes, always keep God in your life. Pray, pray, pray. We do pray together. And a family that prays together stays together. Believe me, there have been plenty of times where we go to a service as a family and we just come out so enlightened, and at the end of the day, if we're all studying the same thing, if we're all on the same page, we all know how to deal with certain things because we've had that kind of training. And when I say training, I honestly look at these services and praying and even reading the Bible as training, because it allows you and equips you to better deal with some circumstances or situations in your life that you may not know how to deal with. So you don't find many people who believe in God. I actually find a lot of people who believe in God, believe it or not. But it can be a controversial topic. That's just one of my tips. It may work for you, it may not. But I love sharing with you whatever works for me, because I know many of us go through these internal struggles, external struggles. So I hope you found these tips for healthy, happy working mommies useful. I would love if you could share this message. I think if you slide over, there will be a share button on your screen. So thank you all for tuning in. My website is CoachNadiaK.com. Feel free to reach out. I love you all. Stay well.